Good morning. Hi. Welcome to my tube. My name is Margie. I'm a Hilk Empath. I just like having these little conversations, these little talks on the way I feel about things. Just want to take a moment to allow God into the room. He's always in my room, but you guys don't know that. Well, maybe you do. I just like to be clear. I clarify. I over explain. Trying to stay in the present moment today. I'm on at a different time. I don't like doing stuff too much at the same time, but it's like because of going around mom's schedule, what happens is I end up doing things. But now it's like a little bit darker in the morning, so mom got up a little late. I got to sleep in a little, so she got to sleep in it, so it just kind of pushed everything back. But we allow here. You know, we don't got no alarm clocks. We just allow. So, I'm going to do something I haven't done before because I'm trying to expand my horizons and do things I haven't done before because I have adamancies, things I won't do. Like I won't get rid of my dogs. I won't get rid of our family for a place. You know, but the other things, like I say, like, oh, I won't do mass meditations or meditations where there's a bunch of people. Well, I'm going to do one today. Yeah, with Adrienne Elise because I trust her. Yeah, I put my trust in her because I recognize aspects in her that I see in myself. And see, because some of those you got to be really careful because their intentions are not for the higher good of all. Their intentions are to draw your life force energy to do their own evil bidding. And it's all covered in the veil and shroud of a lie of good intention. So you got to really focus and feel people out that you're in alignment within. Don't just be so free to give your stuff away, your energy, your attention, your focus, your currency, your money, things that you don't want to support. I was watching a Kijin video yesterday, and she had done one on Jared, the pedo that Subway endorsed. I mean, Subway. I haven't had a Subway sandwich. I mean, I should have. When that happened, I was still ignorant in a lot of ways. But then by the time Mike Vick happened, and he had the dog fighting ring, yeah, that's when I was like, I'm done with Subway. So I haven't had a Subway sandwich since then. I used to like those too, but you can make better sandwiches than that. And you don't have to put all that crap food on it. I think I got bit by a mosquito bite last night. Oh, on the back of the arm, he got me. Yep. I don't like itches. I don't like itches. Oh well, it'll go away. So I'm gonna do things different because I'm trying to expand my horizons. I'm trying to do, open my heart and my vibrational frequency, the possibility of more things. Just do things different, do things different. Every day I'm trying to do things different. And I'm also trying to do things consistently, too. It's really quite exhausting. Because I have to be consistent because that is what anchors me into, the plane, the earth planes that, I still got to be a part of. Until the systems are completely gone, I still got to be a part of the system, so. I had a kind of a neat epiphany and a thought process this morning. God, I just don't like bites at all. And that was when I was waking up because, man, there were times when I first moved here and I had jumped off the wagon and I was in ego again and the demons were freaking running rapid and I just said what I want and did what I want and I didn't even care. I was just in self-will, I did videos back. I mean, you could see them in self-will. I mean, you could see the transgression of me, of my spirit being lightened and being diseased, the disease coming from my vessel as the years have gone by. I've gotten softer because I come more into my higher power, God, source as I understand it. And there's so many different versions of higher power. So I was so angry. I would wake up just mad and just, rage and just not very pretty or cute. And I always had all this heat and energy in me. And over the last few weeks since I've really let God take the wheel, navigate the show, that when I wake up, there's like heat in my feet. That's like the last remnants, you know. Then I get up because I don't want to get up. I want to sleep until 10. I want to do all these, you know. My family needs other things, so I don't do that, you know. But when my ego is in charge, it creates resistance and heat in me. And I noticed this morning when I was waking up, and I was like, Benny gets his little morning time thing, and he gets all cute, and Tucker rolls on his back because he's excited to be awake. So I used to get up and be like annoyed at that, be like, God, now I got to get up and feed you, and I don't get to, and stuff like that, like, just gross, you know. And I haven't lived that way in few years now. Because all that was is the last of my ego deflation. Because I don't live for me. I'm a spirit having a human experience, and God works through me to provide comfort and to care of those around me. I'm a completely I'm pretty service before self. You know. And so now these guys wake up and they're just content, and they didn't have a good life in the beginning. And if I can give them a good life now, then so be it. I meant to turn off my speaker fell. I meant to turn off my Bluetooth because it kind of gives some reverb, some feedback a little bit there. So I got to keep an eye on time because I lose track of time when I start talking. And how long do I have? 23 minutes and 33 seconds. That's cool. So I'm gonna do that, you know. I'm gonna try to, and I like to live my life that way. Usually, that's how I've gotten to be in the places that I've been in my life, is because I push through the fear. Because I don't want to do anything. I'm pretty lazy. But the thing of it is I can't advance my life, and God can't help me through, you know, action unless I take the actions, you know. He ain't gonna knock on the door. He ain't gonna send someone to the door and be like, "Hey, somebody here need a place to live with their mom and their dogs and stuff," you know? No, I gotta take the foot prayers. And then, like technology, you just gotta. If you can get through into a process of IT and it works, like for example, I'm gonna give you a quick story of what I went through, because I found a place on Craigslist up out of Idaho, and it was really quite synchronistic. It's because of my talk yesterday. I mentioned Idaho, and people chimed in. It was like, Idaho, you know. So I looked at Craigslist, and there was this ad, and I gotta tell you that it was like one of those that it was too good to be true. But I was like, we'll see. And it's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. It has a couple stairs. You know, and I just sent an email. I'm like, dude, this is my situation. Well, they responded, and they're like, okay, well, we're gonna have you go through PayPal to do a credit, to send an email to this address to do a credit check type thing through Google Pay. And I ain't never messed with Google Pay, but I mess with Google Pay because I've been in tech support, and other people do, so I've had to install it, and you know. And then they're like, make it work. I'm like, you make it work. It's your app. Shit. I'm tired. I'm not learning shit for people. I'm trying to teach people shit. Anyway, so I'm so glad I'm not in tech support anymore. I mean, I'm a consultant. You know, Yoga for hire. Anyway, so and the instructions that I got, so he wrote me back, and he's like, you're one of 4 people, and it just seems like it's really the kind of thing where the guy just wants to help people. Like, they had family living in there the last year to help them get on the feet, a young couple and their child, and then, you know, now they got on their feet and they're off, and now they want to help somebody else, and they're like, and it's a guest room in back of their house, and they're like, and they live in the front, and with their family, and I was like, the rent was like $800, and they said, they even put in the story that the rent was $800 because they asked their little child how much they should charge for rent, and they said, and the little kid said 80 cents. So they added a 0 to it. And I'm often saying, anything that comes from the heart space of a child is a seed, like a mustard seed planted in faith, that is going to grow into something beautiful. So I went ahead and I sent an email, and he responded, and he's like, we've got over 100. And then I gave him a little bit about me, just a little bit, not too much. Hate typing, not good at. So, and he responded to my email, and he said, he's like, I went ahead and I took the ad down. I'm going to go ahead and invite you to do an application. We've cut it off at 4. We're going to pick one of 4 because we got inundated by emails. Just go to pay, go to this place, pay the fee to get your thing done. And so I did that, right? But the thing of it is like, here was the discrepancy, and this is why other people might not get through it all. Well, maybe because I have a 6S and an old, but the software's, but it don't matter. If your stuff is going to get through, it's going to get through. But you got to pay attention to stuff like this, because there is no note in Google Play. There is no place to put a note, so I could not put the address to the place that I wanted in it. So I sent them an email address for the amount that they designated to PayPal, and then with my email. So they just got an email from straight people like rainbows2@gmail.com for $90. So I was like, alright. So I took their email that I sent the payment to and wrote them an email and said, my name is Marge. I just sent you $90. Here's the transaction ID. It is for this address on this rental address. And then they responded, thank you, because we didn't know who you were or what this was for. So, problem solved, So we'll see, And people have been sending me stuff all morning, and then I look at them, and it's just the pets, man. It's the pet policy. They weed us out, man, because we're kind and loving people. And they don't want kind and loving people living. They want evidently artificial intelligence living in their rentals, because they'll just pay. They'll just pay. And it's just sad. Good morning. Good morning. Aloha, Ahmad. I was listening to Don't Drink the Kool-Aid this morning, or watching their video. I think they got blocked because they posted one from the 3rd channel. Maybe he's just dipping stuff around. He could just be, hopefully he's not. But it was like Isaac Cappy. I'm bringing him up because Ahmad, you're 77. Ahmad 7, and he was born on February 17th, I think. 1977 is 1777, and I was like, that his birthday should be a holiday, Isaac Cappy Day, because in retrospect, in hindsight, all this stuff that's coming out now, all this stuff that we gotta really step up. That's the thing. That's another thing. I was when I was coming into my soul sack from my spirit ventures in the evening. I call it my night shift, and I was waking up, and Benny was like, and I was like loving on him, and it was occurring. I'm like, I don't have all this heat in my feet. My feet aren't hot, and I'm hot because energy has temperature related to it. So I equate like a lot of for me, fire energy is fire, earth energy, water energy. To me, it can be cold. It can be cold. And I don't do good in the cold. I'm extra sensitive. I don't do an extreme. We're very, very fragile soul sacks. We aren't made for all this inclement, extreme temperatures, but they've made an environment that they've created all this extreme. So what that does is it creates resistance and heat in you. That's disease. And then what do people do to remedy the heat that they have in them? Some people drink, some people, and with the energies that we're getting from the planets, it's like people have heat in them and they think they're getting a cold, but they're not circumventing the energy within them. It is really disheartening. Even, I like Donald Trump. I appreciate the work that he's doing. I was ignorant in the last four, with all this other stuff because it's just all nonsense to me. But it took me that long to figure out, this guy's freaking doing stuff. This guy, and then I've always, ever since Q's tracked, I'm in IT. I'm in IT. It's who I am. I was in the military, all things reconnaissance. I'm always collecting data, of course. But I don't ever make these entities. They all have their own agendas, and we all don't have the same frame of reference. So I take a little bit of this, and I take a little, and now they're just demonizing Q. Now they're signing bills to make the theories, related to it illegal, but Pizzagate's real. I mean, they're just freaking out, man. When people, egos that have just done whatever they wanted, as long as they wanted, and the stuff that these people have done, that's the world is going to have a freaking mental breakdown. We got to be kind to our fellows, whether we like them or not, because people are just going to need an it's okay. Because look at all the Hollywood, it's all coming down, man. The whole world is collapsing so that it can freaking, blow away, and then we can build a foundation where it can grow in an organic, natural way. Because we just have been farmed for our life force energy for as long as the story goes. And so wonderful to see so many people getting in the Bible. I'm going to read the Bible today. That's what I'm going to read some of the Bible today and listen to some Bible study stuff. Because I'm better with working with other people. Because I know my thoughts. I need to know, okay, because I get my truth. Oh, yeah, I can line up. That makes sense. If it makes sense, that makes sense. That makes sense. Or no. But we know what the sliver of truth feels like. We know what lies feel like. We know when someone's like, oh, we care so much. And then they turn around, they're like, this guy, we know that heart space. We know what a lie is. And marketing and entertainment and all that stuff has just been created to us to avoid the fact that we have a spirit and that we have all these extra sensory abilities and things that our spirit follows, and these ordinances and these man-made laws and these do it because I said. And all those old guys, because the people that are coming up now, controlling people is exhausting. And now people are just, there's so many people that have fit through the cracks of society. We're going to be the ones that are going to rebuild this civilization, because they don't know how to do it. I've been camping for 3 years, proverbially. I mean, really. So now more people are doing it. It's just, I think it's, my biggest concern is keeping Mom warm in the winter. Because I would just go buy a fifth wheel right now and go find a freaking, some land out in the middle of nowhere. Maybe find some cell service, or then if people want to come join me, they could. I'd still make my videos and stuff like that. But I mean, like living in city, I never wanted to live in city. Like Omaha, I mean, this is the last town I want to live in. Well, no, unless we get, unless God's what I can't say. See, that's the thing is I say, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that. And then God's like, what? And so I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not supposed to say that because that's what creates resistance. And when I create resistance, I create that heat. And that is like literally repels what I want in life. Yeah, resistance. So all day long I go, I'm breathing through because I forget to breathe all the time. All the time. I'm often like, breathe, And I've been around people that have reminded me, Marge, breathe. Breathe. Marge, you got to breathe. And I won't even know I'm not breathing. Because it's my mechanism. It's just my way. Call it trauma. Call it my trauma. Because, shoot, there's been times, when there's trauma, if you go out and you experience trauma today, you'll probably stop breathing too. And your spirit will probably shoot freaking right up out of the top of your being. And you're going to look down at you and go, oh my God, Reincarnation is real. You know? Oh my God, this is glorious. Oh my gosh. All they said, they said it was lies and stuff, so. Anyway, I'll be back later on. I saw that mobile home that you sent. It even has a wood stove in it. It's $5 grand. I could do that. You know? Maybe I'd swap the guy the freaking big red truck. Give him the big red truck. But then I would need something to get. But see, it's just, and that's the thing, is all this stuff. And mobile homes, that's other maintenance in itself. And that's why I'm like, I'm trying to get people to come with me to help me with this, because I'm not as strong as I mean, I can still do a lot of shit, but I'm not as freaking strong, man. It freaking. God, people don't, and that's the thing. I know the systems and how, like, setting up even a fifth wheel and leveling it and all that stuff. You know, it's just me, man. And trying to get the dot. It's just me. It's just me. So I just got to give it to God, and then just get through every day until somebody says, "All right, you can come here, Marge. We got a place for you." You know, it's just because I can't get too caught up. Because it's like now it's like I'm starting to get all this stuff. Oh, okay, this is another one that's not for me, because this one is no dogs, and this one is, oh, you can have 2 dogs, and when, you know, and they're so I'm gonna go meditate with Adrian Elise, and then I'll come back and I'll get back online and whatnot, and if things come across my path, then I will apply, you know. It's a very, very, very thin line of what is the right balance, because I can get obsessive. I could be doing this 10 hours a day looking for a place, just burning myself out. And then my feet get hot again because I'm back in resistance, because I'm taking my will. So I'm like, okay, you know, so I check in, do some, you know, okay, check in, you know, but I can't stay out because I don't got the energy anymore, man. I don't got the strength. I got the fortitude. I just, you know, and people you have to take care of your bodies when you're young, man. Take care of your bodies, because everything, stupid thing that I did when I was a kid freaking hurts today, all the way down to my ankle. I thought that was interesting that freaking Jessie Zaboter, her life and my life is very, very, very parallel. Like, she has a bad ankle that she shredded the tendons, and I did that when I was 15, when I fell 25 feet out of the tree at the park at Caldwell Park, down by where the old Safeway is, at the end of Cypress there, and drove into the ground, man, because I stepped on a branch and it didn't hold my weight, and that's when I learned my lesson. And there was a guy in Oregon last year, he didn't learn that lesson when he was 15, where he landed in the ground. He learned that lesson, unfortunately, when he was 43, and he lost his life because that branch gave way and he landed 100 feet down in the ocean. One of the weird synchronicities, I looked the guy's name up on Facebook, and there was like a few of them, but they didn't have a picture of him, so I was like, click to see if he lived in Oregon, kind of thing. So I clicked on it, and this one, I don't think it wasn't him, but it was the same name, and the guy was like standing on top of something tall, and somebody wrote, "Be careful, you'll fall." And I was like, oh, that's weird, you know, because this old boy did. So that was very, very synchronistic. There's the synchronicities are all over the place, you know. But the heat is my anger, so if I can keep the heat out of me, because it's very unhealthy, too. I got all kinds of stuff I want to say, but all I can think about right now is getting ready and dialing in for Adrian Elise's thing. So I'll be back on in a little bit. I might talk, you know, I might do one here in another hour or two, and then do one. Who knows? I'm just trying to go off the cuff, yeah. I'm just trying to go with the flow and not create too much stuff, because when I create too much, that's when havoc can come in. So thanks for coming in and hanging out for a little while this morning.